Sometimes you know where you want to go, but you have no clue how to get there. That's what a mentor is for. Today we're going to talk about a couple different types of mentors and why they are important to your career.
Next Level Coaching.
Hey everybody, Jim Kelly here with Next Level Coaching, here to bring your career to the next level. Today we're going to talk about mentorship and why it's important to your career. So what is a mentor? A mentor is someone who helps you guide yourself along the path. They're not going to walk the path for you. They're going to tell you what you should do and how you should do it so that you can get to where you're going. Now, should you always listen to every single thing a mentor says? No, they're not you. They're not going to interpret things the same way you are. So they might not get everything 100% right. But they are going to have some wisdom in there for you, helping you lead to where you actually want to go. And it's important to take the wisdom of others so that you're not stuck making the same mistakes that they did. Because everyone is a culmination of all of their experiences in life. So benefiting from their experiences means you don't necessarily have to go through what they did to get the knowledge that they have. Now, the first type of mentor we're going to talk about is one within your workplace. They're going to be someone who is at least one step ahead of you in the organization chart. Generally, you want them to be 2 or 3 steps ahead, but it takes a while to build those relationships to get that far in the mentorship process. So when we're building out these relationships, they're always a two-way street. While they're helping build your career and give you advice, you're often giving them information that they didn't realize that they needed as well, because they're learning what up-and-comers are thinking. They're learning rumors through the rumor mills that they wouldn't normally get at their level, so that you're providing actual valuable information for them as well. So don't think like it just because they're your mentor, they're not getting anything out of it. They're also getting the gratification of helping somebody out, which is always a good feeling. So remember that when you're on the opposite end and you are the mentor. But going back to this, that person is going to be able to give you valuable insight into the organization you're in. They're going to be able to give you the political lay of the land within that organization, which someone outside might not have that same clarity on. They're also going to have a network of people within that institution that they're going to be able to leverage to go, hey, Johnny Q Sample, my mentee, Susie Q, she might be a great fit for that role for you. And that role might be a pay bump for you and a title increase. And that would be fantastic for your career. Or it could just be a org that is growing and gives you more opportunities to learn a different skill set. Either way, it's valuable experience for you. And your mentor can open that path for you. They can also help you, guide you through sticky situations with your manager. They can talk to you about how the organization does promotions, things to that effect. And they're going to be a very, very valuable resource. The downside to a mentor in your organization is that they could be politically motivated themselves. So John Q Sample from that where he was giving out the job, he might be a good friend of your mentor, and this role might not be the best for you, but it's a good way for your mentor to get political currency by putting you into that role. And now John Q Sample has an excellent employee and will owe him one in the future, or her one in the future, depending on who your mentor is. But you do have to watch out for that angle of, is this what's best for me, or is this what's best for my mentor? because they are going to be working on what is best for their own career at the same time. Now, that does not mean that they are all going to be doing that all of the time. You just have to have the thoughts in your head of, is this what's best for me? Is this going to help my career? And more often than not, it's going to be a win-win. And you're going to come out on top. It's few and far between where you're getting put into a bad situation because of your mentor. But that's why we have to make sure our mentor aligns with us and that you're a good fit for them. You want to make sure their personality is a good match for you. Just because someone wants to be your mentor doesn't mean that they should. The next type of mentorship we're going to talk about is peer mentorship. Now, this is someone who is going to be around your same, grade, whether they're an associate, you're an associate, they're an analyst, you're an associate, or any which way, they're within a grade or so of your level, whether they're at your level, below, or above. So, how this mentorship works is that this person is either going to have the same amount of knowledge or slightly more than you, but they're going to see something through a different lens than your point of view. So you're going to have that person to bounce ideas back and forth off of. So you're actually mentoring each other and providing additional guidance to each other. Now, not every friend is going to be a mentor. Not every coworker is going to be a mentor. Not every person you meet at work is going to be able to provide you that same level of feedback. But there's going to be people who you trust and have the subject matter expertise to help you advance your career. And those are the people you want to get in tight with and, have that relationship where you're bouncing ideas with each other. And that's going to help you overall in your career. Now, the downside to this type of mentorship is these people aren't going to have the same level of influence or the same amount of context to be able to move you between roles as easily. They might be able to help you with mock interviews and things to that effect, but they're not going to be able to open up doors for you. But what they are going to have is actual expertise in your role and knowledge of the internal workings of your team generally, or at least a very similar team, as you tend to work closely with other teams as well. So they're going to have that knowledge that's going to help you grow as well. So this is an important type of mentorship to form, and it also gives you the benefit of seeing their problems and helping them solve that as well. Not all of your mentors are going to come from the actual workplace. Sometimes you're going to have external networks that form those mentorship programs, whether it is a family friend, whether it is a older person you've known in your life, someone that you've met through other firms that you've dealt with and you formed a friendly relationship with that helps you build a mentorship with them. These people are going to give you good insights. They're not going to have that same look into your organization, so they're not going to necessarily have the network inside of your org to help you move through the ranks. But they might have the network outside of your organization to help you move, which is also fantastic. The downside to this, though, is that this person is a friend of yours, so they're going to see you in a very, very positive light. That sounds like, well, where's the downside? The downside is, because they see you in such a positive light, they're not always going to have the same view of you that someone who has no context of you is going to have. They're going to paint a greener picture, and they're not always going to be realistic with you because they, one, don't want to hurt your feelings, and two, they see your skills as greater than they might actually be, because they know you and they love you, and that makes you exceptional to them. So, again, this is an absolutely fantastic type of mentorship, and everyone who has one is very blessed to have one. So, don't take this as me saying this is a bad thing. No, this is a very good thing. Every type of mentorship is a good thing to have. The last type of mentorship we're going to talk about is the paid mentorship. This is what you get from a career coach. Wait, don't I know one of those? Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry. With a paid mentorship, you are giving that person money. That is their motivation to help you. It is a very straightforward, transactional, this is why I want to help. But the thing that you get from that versus what you get from the other types is that your career coach, your mentor, is going to give you honest feedback regardless of your feelings, because their motivation is for you to do better financially so that you keep paying them. So they're going to give you very clear, decisive feedback on what you should be doing and how you should be doing it, and what steps you can take to get your career where you want to go. Because not everyone wants to become the next CEO of a company. Not everyone wants to be a manager. So it's guiding your career on the right path for you. And there's no political games being played. There's no, I'm worried about your feelings. I'm worried about how I get you to the next level. And that's what I do here at Next Level Coaching. So if this is what you need, feel free to reach out. So today we went over 4 different types of mentorship. And each one has very, very valid reasons why you want it. And you want combinations of these. You don't just want one mentor. One mentor is never going to be enough. You want multiple mentors. And realistically, having one or more of each one of these purviews is a good idea. Now, the last one, the professional one, you might not want more than one of because you're paying money for those. But you definitely want to have a mentor within your organization or more, because that person's going to be able to open up doors for you. You're going to want a peer mentor that you're growing along with, because you're more than likely going to end up in different companies at different times, and you're going to be able to lend aid to each other in finding new roles outside of your organization, to get your salary to where you want it to be. The external mentor is always fantastic to have, whether it's someone who's retired, whether it's a family friend, whether it is just someone you've known with and you connected with. The thing with career coaching and mentorship, that you're going to get some life coaching along with any career coaching or any mentorship you get, because you cannot truly separate work and life. It's impossible. So you're always going to get a little bit of column A with a little bit of column B. Now, there's benefits to each one of these, and that makes them exceptionally valuable to you. But there's drawbacks to each one too. Whether it is worrying about the political machinations of the internal mentor, whether it's someone who you're getting the peer advice and they thought the wrong thing politically, whether it's the external person who thinks, oh, I know Joe Schmo, he should be the senior VP by now, and he's still an analyst, but this doesn't make any sense to me, and they try to paint you up like you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. Or it's the external mentor or the professional mentor where you have to pay money for their services. Money is always something you want to hold on to as much as possible. So it's very understandable why you would be reluctant to do that. But each one of these offers a very unique skill set for you and tools that you're going to that will help you grow along your way. And that's what we're always here for. Now, if you stuck around this long, please, please, please gently hit that like button and the subscribe button to get more good information from me. You have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon.